Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Bruce? How are you?
I'm doing well. Have we met
Good.
before?
I don't know.
You
Maybe
look
so.
super, super familiar.
I am a Virginia boy, and are you in Richmond?
Really? Yeah, I am in Richmond. Where are you from?
I grew up in Lexington, Virginia, and
Oh,
so
okay.
then went to school in Harrisonburg, Virginia as well.
Oh, interesting. My son is a, this has nothing to do with anything, and hopefully it doesn't tarnish the interview, but my son is the campus pastor at JMU.
Oh, shit! That's where I went to school and where I left school to move to Asheville.
Oh, nice. Asheville's amazing. I know this, I'm going to take you all over the place here. I just like to talk, but I used to live in Florida, and everybody in Florida goes on vacation in Franklin and Otto, I think it is, and
Mhm.
Cashiers and Highlands,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
unbelievable part of the country.
Yeah, it's part of the reason what's kept me here for 12, 13 years.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how much of that goes into your music, right? I mean, you can't help but absorb that and output it, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Like I bought a house in the mountains on land, specifically because I knew that that was what I wanted. So yeah, I will. I'll die in mountains. I feel very confident of that.
Are you guys planning on taking this on the road at all?
Yeah, tour starts on the 20th of next month, and we have a stop in Richmond at the Fuzzy Cactus.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
How do you prepare for a tour like that? I mean, we're not getting any younger, right?
Oh, good God, no. Yeah, I mean, tactically, make sure the van has tires and oil, and the merch is ordered, and the hotels are booked, and the shows are advanced.
Excellent. So now that the new record is out, Long Lost Light, what's been the response to it so far?
Yeah, that's the second single. The album comes
The
out on,
record's not out yet.
yeah, it comes out on August 22nd.
Okay, so we're right up on it then. What's
Mm-hmm.
been the initial responses to it so far?
Response has been good. A lot of comments about progressive growth with the songwriting, and just felt like a natural progression since we added pedal steel to the mix as well.
Okay. Do you think about differentiating releases from releases? So you don't want to write the same Bask record, but you also don't want to alienate your fans, right? Do you consciously think about that kind of thing when you're writing?
No, no, selfishly, first and foremost, we write for us, and I'm always blessed and honored when other people like it. So,
Do you Is anything off limits when you're writing? I mean, you're bringing that, the new instrumentation into it. Do you draw limits on it, or do you just see what happens and then go from there?
yeah, I mean, I would say there's not too many limitations. I feel like collective input is the key to longevity for a band, and everyone
Mhm.
owning, having a sense of ownership with it. So everyone's kind of bringing all of their own styles and their own aesthetics. And it's kind of hard pressed to think of a time to maybe when we shot down something because it was awful. So
Do you worry that your fans may not take the journey with you?
I wouldn't say that it's a worry. Um, Yeah, because again, the ones that's got to play those songs every night and stand behind those releases. And so what's most important there is just making sure that we're able to do that. But, general, I feel like Bask in the, 10 years we've been together has a small but, very dedicated fan base that we are incredibly appreciative of and seem to be very responsive to all the releases.
Okay. I read that Long Lost Light was being described as emotionally draining and almost unlistenable at times.
Mhm.
What do you think the collective strategy was to help you develop, I don't know, a way to play this every night without, I guess, completely breaking down? Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense. For me, the focus is on the triumphant ending of the song. Um,
When you're
yeah,
knee deep in the weeds, mid chorus on the first song or mid verse on the first song, is
yeah,
it rough to
still.
go back there?
No, I would say just kind of focus in there towards the end, and like just kind of showing that there's whatever level of darkness that you're in, there always is a little bit of light that is important to cling to. So even when that's in the studio or rehearsing or when we play it live, the focus is on that. And yeah, just the ending of the song, kind of bringing it all together and ended up back on top of the mountain where where's the healthiest place to be.
So staying with that, then, is there a message or something you want your fans to walk away from after listening to Long Lost Light?
Yeah, I would just say that, for us, like we tapped into everything that was kind of going on heavy in our lives in the writing of that. But
So
again,
you were
kind of
writing during the floods, right?
no, we had predominantly most of the writing and the
Oh, okay.
tracking done, but then the flood hit like right towards the end of this tracking, and so we had to delay our mixing and our mastering
Shit.
because of sorting all of that. So definitely a huge element in sourcing the art, mixing and mastering the record came in a post flood landscape, and undeniably has an influence on where the record was when it all came together at the very end.
Okay. And so would you say you feel some sort of sense of responsibility to your fans, like when you're writing?
Responsibility. What do you mean by that?
Like, do you feel you have to get them a certain message that there's hope at the end of this, or that, because it's pretty cathartic music, right?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I would say again, like, I don't know, maybe it's selfish, but yeah, I'm here for it. Is like we pretty much just write what we want and kind of take it from there. And then yeah, just if the reception is great, that's awesome. I already know I'll be writing until I can't anymore. So like again, it's always just an extra bonus when people enjoy it.
Okay. So, from thefts in Sweden to a tire falling off your van, sometimes the band's real life adversities seemed almost mythic to me, right? How
Mhm.
has translating these hardships into your music transformed you guys?
Oh gosh, like the bond that I have with all of those guys is literal, like no, multiple near death experiences.
Really? Those are all real stories?
Absolutely. Yeah, multiple near death experiences and just the lows and the highs that comes with, being a creative and trying to figure out, all the different, music industry elements and yeah, me and my brothers are super super strong and that's, fun fact is like we're all original members.
Oh,
So like
really?
from the get-go, yeah, it's been us just trudging through it and drinking beers when we're at the top and giving each other hugs when we're at the bottom.
That's great. So you're just in it for to be in it and not for any other commercial reason.
No, no, this is pure heart. That's for damn sure.
Okay. So if you picture your music as a landscape, what new colors or textures would you hope to add in the future? And how does inventing outside expand your music?
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. Let's see. In regards to landscapes, undeniably, predominantly the records, are rooted in the mountains, I would say. But we took a different approach on this record, and this one's a little bit more desert themed, kind of like sci-fi western kind of
Yeah,
approach.
I don't hear much Appalachian stuff when I'm listening. Is that
Yeah.
intentional?
I wouldn't even say that that was intentional as much as just like where we were and what we were drawing from inspirations from and what came out of us during that time.
I did a documentary a couple years ago called True American Black Metal.
Hmm.
And it was obviously what it is. It's just looked at the American black metal scene,
Right.
and there's a lot of really good unnoticed bands in Appalachia. You
Oh,
know, in,
yeah.
and
Who,
using actually almost folk black metal bands, right? Because they're using indigenous or instruments to that area, and it's really great.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Who were some of the artists that stuck out to you?
Um, Definitely. Shoot, I have to go back now. This is years ago.
Oh, and that's it. Well, just
Yeah.
text
Do
it
you
to
know
me.
Dempsey?
uh
I don't know. I'd have to go
Yeah.
back. I just caught myself
Cool.
off guard, but Panopticon was definitely one of them.
Oh, yeah. I love
Vials of
that
Wrath
first
is
record.
is one of them.
Cool. Yep. Yep.
Who else was out there? Symphony of Death.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know them.
They're from a little further out west. I'll think of more probably as we're going through. I got caught off
Cool.
guard here, but yeah, I did a deep dive on it. I don't know, 5, 6 years ago, and there's a lot of really good metal coming out of there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And it's cool, like, with that folk metal kind of crossover and incorporating banjo or mandolin or whatever,
Oriad, do you know who
sure.
Oriad is?
Nope.
Another one. I think they're from right outside of Asheville, somewhere near you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll put that on my
It's
radar.
like a symphonic black metalish sort of thing.
Cool. Yeah, we have a pretty small, niche scene here, but we definitely have a handful of black metal bands that are here in Asheville with some, like even more recently just popping up like this year, last year.
Are there places to play there, or you have to really get out on the road?
No, no, we have like, 100 cap, 300 cap, 400 cap, 1,000 cap, 2,000 cap. So yeah, there's a lot of growth opportunity for bands here in Nashville and a really, really strong music industry for a C market.
Okay. Here's another deeper one for you, and then I want to get to something else real quick. But your lyrics often confront the uncertainty of aging and existential reckoning. How do your personal journeys through parenthood, loss, and changing reshape those stories or inform those stories, or
Oh
however you want to
God.
say it?
Yeah, just like the growth that we've all had together with being a band for over 10 years and literally seeing, some of us are now fathers and business owners and entrepreneurs and still, coming back every week for rehearsal and still feels like we're 16 sometimes. So
I, I
a
think
beautiful embodiment.
I think once metal gets into your veins, it like sort of morphs your DNA or does something because I remember the first time for me it's Diary of a Madman, which I want to get to in a second, but like
Mhm.
I bought never knew who he was, put the record on, it was like, holy fuck,
Mhm.
this is insane. And that kind of changed my DNA for the rest of my life.
For sure. No, absolutely. I can remember those moments very distinctly. And I mean, you can see these grays, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. I'm here again forever.
What are your plans then after this tour? Are you guys releasing singles or more singles?
After the tour, we'll pretty much be doing just like, kind of hitting the road in support for the album. So we're working on some things for November and December, early into next year, and just kind of breaking up and doing all these legs for the tour in support of the new record.
How difficult is it to tour and we're all getting
Say it again.
older? How
Oh,
difficult is
in the early days, we would sleep on floors covered with cat litter and
right? It didn't
dirty
matter.
shit, and there's no way we're going back to that. So,
Right.
yeah, no, it's all good. You can still log jam me in a van, just give me a shower every day and a bed, and I'm happy. So,
Easy enough. If fans want to find Bask, how can they do so? Can you give us all your socials and all that kind of stuff?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just bassband.com or bassband on Instagram. You could tap into Season of Mist and get all the links as well and the bios and videos. Yeah, so bassband on YouTube as well.
Okay. Shifting gears,
Mhm.
horrible week for metal fans. Do you
True.
have any stories, thoughts, memories,
Yeah, for
anything
sure.
about the Ozman?
Yeah, I was lucky enough in high school. I saved up all my lunch money to go to Ozfest in '99. So I got to see Sabbath in '99. And then I went back in 2000. So I got to see Ozzy. So I'm fortunate enough to say that I got to see Sabbath and Ozzy within
Nice.
my 41 years on this planet.
I never have, so I'm
Gotcha.
jealous.
Yeah. So I, like I said, saved up all the lunch money, but here I am right now being able to say that, and that's worth every bit of shitty food I did not eat during lunch for that whole month.
Right. You are. We would not be talking to each other most likely if,
Yeah,
or
right.
100% likely, we wouldn't be
Yeah,
talking to each other if it wasn't for, this first couple chords of, I don't know,
I,
War Pigs or Black Sabbath or whatever
you
it
are
is.
100% right. I remember like that was like one of the first riffs that I learned when I was learning
Right.
guitar when I was like
The
10
three
or
notes.
whatever.
Yeah.
I
Right.
was like, oh wow, look how good I am.
Miss anything you want to cover? I know I was all over the place but I like
No,
to keep them.
I think you crushed it. You did great.
Okay. Nothing you want to cover. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, just check out the new record when it
Yeah.
comes out in August and all those things. And if you see a tour date
Sure.
that's near you, please come up and introduce yourself.
Cool. And I'm going to look up that Richmond date because I'll come over and check you out.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be great. Let me know if so, and I'll put you on the list.
All right, perfect.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you. I know I was everywhere, but that's the way I kind of like to keep the conversation. So
Hey, this was great, Bruce. I really appreciate your time as well.
cheers. I'm hoping to see you in Richmond.
Okay, later.
All right, bye.
Bye. Bye.